भजो भजो भाई चैतन्य निताय सुदृढ़ विश्वास कोई भजो भजो भाई चैतन्य निताय सुदृढ़ विश्वास कोरी पशुपक्षी जुड़े पशल विदारे सुनि जहाँ गुण गाथा पशुपक्षी जुड़े पशल विदारे सुनि पशुपक्षी जुड़े पशल विदारे सुनि जहाँ गुण गाथा Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Chandastakorti, Shishurama Karuni, Karura Chandarati. Just a quick translation from this bhajan so we can understand what we chant. And here is the translation. The two lords in the Gaurachandras are very merciful. They are the essence of all incarnations. The specific significance of these incarnations is that they introduce the process of chanting and dancing that is simply joyful. My dear brother, I request that you worship Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda with firm conviction and faith. If one wants to be Krishna conscious by this process, one has to give up his engagements in sense gratification. One simply has to chant Hare Krishna, Hare Hare without any motive. My dear brother, just try and examine this. Within the three words, there is no one like Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. Their merciful qualities are so great that upon hearing them, even birds and beasts cry and stones melt. Lord Chandas regrets that I am entrapped by sense gratification, since I have no attraction for the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. Then Yamaraj, the superintendent of death, is punishing me by not allowing me to be attracted by this movement. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim sarasvatim vyasam tato jayamudirayat nashta prayesh varbadarishu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati neshtike kam karoti vachalam pangun langayate girim yat kripam bhavantam vande shingurundidatarinam paranamanandam madhavam shishitanyamishvaram. So we are reading today from the 9th canto of the Bhagavatam. This is the chapter 3. This is verse 21. Katam matiste vakatam yatta satam. Katam matiste vagadanyata satam. Katamatiste vagatanyata satam.
Katamatiste vagatanyata satam.
Katamatiste vagatanyata satam.
Katamatiste vagatanyata satam.
Kura prasute kura dashanam vidam.
Kura prasute kura dushanam 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 vidam.
Vivalsijaram yad apatra pakuram.
Vibhashijaram yadapatra pakuram.
Vivalsijaram yad apatra pakuram.
Vibhashijaram yadapatra pakuram.
Vivalsijaram yad apatra pakuram.
Vibhashijaram yadapatra pakuram.
Vitushta bhavtushta nayasya dhastama.
Vitushta bhatushta nasya shadastama.
Vitushta bhavtushta nayasya dhastama.
Vitushta bhatushta nayasya dastama.
Vitushta bhavtushta nayasya dhastama.
Vitushta bhatushta nayasya dastama.
Anyone wants to try? The presence of the husband she has married is certainly responsible for the degradation of father's family and the family of husband. The rules of Vedic culture in this regard are strictly observed in the respectable families of Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas even today. Only the Shudras are degraded in this matter. For a woman of the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, or Vaishya class to accept another husband in the presence of the husband she has married, or to fight for divorce or accept a boyfriend or paramour is unacceptable in the Vedic culture. For King Sharyati, who did not know the real facts of Chavana Muni's transformation, was surprised to see the behavior of his daughter. Umagyan Timirandasya Yanangara Sarakaya Saksul Mitamyena Tasme Shigurave Namaha Shishitanya Manobhistam Stapitamyena Bhutare Swayam Rupam Kadamayam Natati Svapadantikam Ondeyam Shri Guru Shiyuta Padakamaram Shri Gurum Vishnavam Sa Shirupam Sagrajatam Sagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Samadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shraddha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Shakham Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kantha Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Nushakapatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Vanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we read the verse translation one more time. Oh my daughter, you were born in a respectable family. How have you degraded your consciousness in this way? How is it that you are shamelessly maintaining a paramour? You will thus degrade the dynasties of both your father and your husband to hellish life. So I'm just gonna bring the context quickly. One day, King Sharyati was wandering in the ashram of Chavana Muni, and this one was happening to perform austerities in the hill-hent hall. He was not visible to the eyes of human beings. By his mystic powers, he was reducing himself in size by some siddhis. Shri Nitai Sachisuta, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, Sudarshan Chakra, Shri Radha Parishivara, Guru Parampara ki.
Yeah.
So, because generally sages are really effulgent, they are glowing. And especially the vision of Chavana Muni was glowing, his eyes. Therefore, when the king was awaiting his daughter, Sukanya, the beautiful one, Kanya means girl, and Su means pretty, really pretty girl. So she was very pretty and she was wandering around in the forest of Shavana Muni. She found what she believed to be a worm in the hole, the heel end hole, and she pierced the intriguing two glowing forms, which was happening to be the eyes of the Muni. So immediately bad omen happened. Immediately, actually, all the followers of the king could not even defecate, pasturing. And some of them actually immediately defecate and pasturing. Some of them have problem of digestion. Some of them felt dizzy. So in this way, the king understood something bad happened. Something amongst us is inauspicious because we are getting severe reaction. That means we have done something wrong. So the daughter told about her mischief, involuntarily piercing the eyes of the Muni. Still she had a great reaction for her and her family and all the male members of the king surrounding. And what happened is that the Muni, as an exchange, as a reparation for this act, or abominable act, asked for the hand of the daughter, and King Sharati gave the hand of Sukanya. Sukanya happened to be a really chaste, really submissive, really full of service attitude to her husband. She was actually so perfect that she won the heart of the Muni. And the Muni, to give her a reward, decided to change his old body toward a young body. So Ashwini Kumar went there. They are the physician of the demigods, and they have the power of mantras, and they know chemicals so expertly that they can transform you into a young man. They can give you youth again. So they plunged the old Muni Shivana so he can get a new body. And when Sukanya found her husband, she could not even recognize. So she asked, "Please tell me who is my husband. I know he was with the Ashwini Kumar. I don't know them. No, I don't recognize who is my husband. Please tell me who he is." So the young Ashwini Kumar told, "This is your husband. No, you can accept her." Not knowing that fact, King Sharyati once again visited the ashram of Shavana Muni, and he happened to see his daughter Sukanya with the young form, the newly youthful Shavana Muni. He could not recognize him, so he told to her husband harshly, and here are the words of the king, presuming that his daughter has been chaste and has been looking for another husband while Shavana Muni was away. So, from the beginning of this story, we understand that whatever a woman does, it affects all her family. Not only husband, but father and dynasty. So this is so important to understand in this respect, because that means women have heavy responsibilities towards society, especially her family. Whatever impious activities she does, she shares the reaction with others. So that's really important. Sometimes we find people wondering why women should be restricted, why their freedom should be under the care, the guidance of husband, father, children, according to their situation. Here is actually one great answer, that whatever she does, this is affecting our surrounding families and sisters. So in order to protect and to not help her to not misuse her independence, then we gave her a guide in the form of father, husband, children. For example, in Bhagavatam, in the third canto, Kapila Muni is guiding Devahuti. This canto, Shavana Muni and King Sharyati taking care to some extent of Sukanya's life. So in this way, she always have some spiritual guidance, some moral principles, some values in her life to follow, not to misuse her independence at the expense of the society, and precisely her family. So if someone tells you why the Eastern society is so patriarchal toward the woman, then you can answer, because every action she does has a repercussion in whole her dynasty. So women today does not know the responsibility they have towards society. They don't know that just by cutting their hair, they reduce the lifespan of her husband. Manu Smriti said that Prabhupada often talks. If she criticizes her husband in front of another man, she reduces the lifespan of her husband. If she tells lies, behave improperly, frivolous, she reduces the lifespan of husband and degrade her dynasty, father included. And here, now we come across something else. If she a palmer, then the whole dynasty is plunged toward death, hell. Really great consequences. So often we try to make women understand that spiritual life is so important that the woman has to look, or the parents have to arrange for a marriage with a spiritual, enlightened husband. Whatever the husband is doing in terms of spiritual advancement, the wife is sharing 50% of the advancement. In this way, when Prithu Maharaj succeeds to return back home, back to Godhead, his wife, by doing menial and perfect and attentive service, went back to Godhead as well. She was sharing the credit of his spiritual activities. So, yes, women take advantage of the husband activities, but the husband can be diminished by the woman activities. The woman can share part of the spiritual advancement of the husband, but the husband can share part of the impious activities of the wife. So actually, woman has a great position. She takes the benefit of the husband, she gives what she has bad to the husband. That they don't know. Because in modern society is not actually knowing the rules of karma. They don't believe in reincarnation, nor they have great hint about the existence of the soul. From the moment the society agrees that this body as a value because there is a soul inside, and that the soul is a particle of God, then the society will understand for women the need to find husband, father, children who are spiritually educated. Because the goal of life will be for them Divya Sattvam, to attain the divine will. Tapo Divyam Putraka Yena Sattvam. Rishabhadev says the goal of human being, be it for man or woman, is to perform spiritual austerities, practice austerities in order to achieve the desired success, Krishna praying, to return back home, back to Godhead. So women are naturally, like any human on earth, asked to not enjoy their beauty at the expense of others, to not allure men by the sweet sounds of their words, by the sweet demeanor of their legs, by the sweet glances and corner smiles to others. They are really attractive. This is their weapon. And Shastra says this weapon is reserved for your husband only. If you use that weapon to others, then you will be polluted. Because men can trick also women. Men can abuse women. Men are generally fond of making women drink because they cannot tolerate much alcohol. And then we see in many papers that they're being raped here and there. So they don't know that using their beauty at the expense of others is actually detrimental to them. Because men, among men, there is some respectable men and some irreligious men. And those who are irreligious will take advantage of the frivolous nature of the woman, just to exploit their beauty for their sense gratification. So if there is no spiritual values in life, people won't be educated. Women won't understand the need to be chaste. There is a need to be chaste. Why? Because scripture says, if you are chaste, you can even resist the attempt of an irreligious man to abuse you. This is the example of Sita Devi, Draupadi. They were chaste, so chaste that Krishna personally endeavored to protect their chastity. Krishna personally endeavored, intervened himself to preserve their virginity. Women, by their chastity, get so much power that the Lord himself wants to preserve that for them. He can intervene in their life. So actually, by developing this quality of chastity, we invite the Lord to come in our life. The women invite the Lord to come in their life. This is the example of Sita and Draupadi Devi. So it's as important for men to be humble and protective toward the fair sex than for a woman to be chaste, because this is the power that will protect herself, her family from impious reaction, and herself from other predators in the form of irreligious men. If a woman is chaste, the Lord will protect her chastity, come intervene in her life. That's what Krishna proved by protecting Sita and Draupadi. So, but for that we need spiritual education. We need women to be spiritually educated. In the days of your Vedic tradition, gurukuls are generally meant for men. Women are trained at home. Generally, at least to be perfect household wife. That means know how to cook, know how to do farming, if there is a call, generally every Indian or traditional families has at least a cow, so she needs how to take care. She needs to know how to take care of the cows. Maybe she knows even how to take care of medicinal herbs to help to cure their children. The husband, generally our mothers, at least in traditional families, have good sense of medicine. They know which herb, what to use, how to grind them, so to cure. This is exactly what the mother of Prabhupada was like. She knew, okay, you have to fry a puri super hot in order to cure indigestion of the little Kachori-mukhi. Not only she will learn that, but she will learn how to do clothes for the family, for the children, how to repair clothes. Not only she will learn that, but she will learn how to take care, raise children. Not only she will learn that, but if the father and the brothers are spiritually educated, they will teach philosophy to the woman at home. They will explain her the rules of Sanskrit. They will, and even for higher varnas, they may have opportunities to be educated in dancing, in singing, in doing mandalas, preparing malas, the art of ornamenting, doing puja for the deities, assisting the husband in so many ways. That actually is all the Vedic arts actually are open to women as well as men. So it's not that by being educated at home, women will miss something. Actually, this is the responsibilities of the parents to be sure that the woman get as much as education as she would if she would go to school. The mother especially will have to take care of that. So in this way, that was the Vedic way of teaching women, and Stri Dharma will be taught at home. But today's parents are mostly busy with working. They don't earn enough money, and the spirit of educating children is lost because of technology. So many diversion, so many families are now, atomized. So much that we don't care about our children education. We put them in front of the iPhone, so they don't bother us. And when we are old, the children won't have the education to know I have to take care of my elders, and they will perish alone. So to not educate women, be it physically, psychically, or spiritually, is a great threat for society. In Bhagavad Gita 140, 141, it says, when women are polluted, Varnasankar, and then hellish life. So by educating women properly, we avoid Varnasankar and hellish life. And we avoid them to be polluted, because by their chastity, they can resist. Krishna will protect them. It's really important. This is one point I wanted to say. Education for women and the great responsibilities of women to act piously, because whatever they do in pious, there will be a repercussion on their family. It's so important. You have to be responsible. Actually, not only women with their husband, or let's say not only husband with their dependents shares a reaction of their subordinate, but any responsible man or human gets a share of the activities of his subordinate. Let's take a king. A king gets 1/8 of the pious and impious karma of his citizens. Let's take a brahmana, a priest, share the pious action and pious reaction of the grihastha he does the ritual for. One time we have Radha Sevak. He was a priest here. And he told me one day I did a yagya for some member of the congregation, and I immediately felt the karma inside me so much that I felt immediately sick. I could not move for a whole day. Karma can be also felt instantly. Similarly, any ISKCON authority will share some reaction of the activities of the residents of the temple. Or the guru will share a reaction of the activities of the disciple. In this connection, one day, when Prabhupada was sick in Vrindavan, Brahmatirtha came to him. Brahmatirtha asked, Prabhupada, you are a pure devotee. Therefore, you should not be sick. Pure devotee doesn't have any karma. Prabhupada answered first, I'm not a pure devotee. Humble response. Brahmatirtha insisted. But sometimes we see pure devotees like the Christ being torn apart, sacrificed. And we see you diseased. Please explain me how can it happen? And Prabhupada answered, actually I've done one thing. I have initiated too many disciples. And now I'm getting the reaction of their sin. Because my disciples are breaking regulative principles, I am now suffering from sickness. So everybody who heard that realized, oh, it's not only about us, it's about our authorities, our guru. Now we are responsible in front of him. Whatever I do good, it is his credit. Whatever I do bad, it will impede him. And Prabhupada added, but don't worry. Even if I have to do this again, I will do it. I will initiate as much as disciples as I can, even though I get reaction for that. This is my mission. So understand that the mood of the acharyas, they know we are not qualified. They know we may fall, and still they take the risk because they know this is the need of the time. If there is a chance to save that person, I'm saving that person. But if there is a chance that that person cannot save himself, or I cannot save him, and do impious activities, I am ready to take my share. That's the mood of Vaishnava. That was Prabhupada accepting the share. Similarly, the husband is ready to take care of his wife, and as much as possible is ready to monitor his wife to avoid reaction, but he knows he will have a reaction anyway. Because in this age, every activity has a fault. It is not that the husband has to beat his wife constantly because he has done a mistake. Anyway, this world is full of mistakes. It's unavoidable. Prabhupada knows it, the husband should know it. This is the nature of the world. Krishna says, as much as there is smoke at fire, there will be faults in every action of this world. Bhagavad Gita 18:48, he says so. So don't try to escape your duty. Do it. The man should accept to take the share of his wife's activities, be it good or bad, but the wife should accept her dharma as well. Krishna says explicitly 2 times in the Bhagavad Gita. There is only 2 verses who are repeated 2 times in the Bhagavad Gita. Manmana bhava mad bhakto and Shriyadar svadharmo viguna paradharmat svanushthitat. Don't try to do someone else's duties, even though you may do your duty imperfectly and do someone else's duties perfectly. In today's age world, for women, it means don't try to be a man, even though you can look like a perfect man. Stay submissive woman and do your duty of a wife, even though your husband is complaining, even though your children are not the perfect children you expect. Still continue to do your Sri Dharma. Because this is really dangerous, Krishna says. Sadharme dinarayam shriya paradharmo bhayavaha. You may finish in hell. You may be destroyed for that. So, I will just finish for you on the 3rd point, what is Sri Dharma. We've seen the responsibilities of women toward their families. We've seen in a 3rd point how woman needs to be trained spiritually. And now I just want to close on the 3rd note. What is actually the Dharma of a woman? I find an interesting conversation between Satyabhama and Draupadi, talking about how they serve their husband. Would you like to hear about that?
Yes.
Yeah? I'm not sure because nobody except you wants to hear or say something. Maybe we should end there, open for question.
Silence is the sign of acceptance.
Okay, maybe we should open for question, and this will be forever a secret for you. Okay. Is there any question? Should we end there? Yes? Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam ki,
Yeah.
Srila Prabhupada ki,
Yeah.
Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Hari Hari.
Revatinandana Guru ki
Jai.
Jai Gaur.